everybody out there, you're tuned in to 91.8 The Fan. You're in my corner, and I have a very special guest in the corner. Would you like to unveil your secret identity?
It's not so secret because you put it on Facebook. Like, hey,
That's true.
hey everybody, I'm Caitlin Glass.
And welcome to the show. I hope you're doing well now that it's the new year.
It is the new year and I'm excited about it. I hope that it is awesome. I think it will be.
Now, did you have any New Year resolutions that you're trying to follow?
Oh, I suppose nothing out of the ordinary. Everyone tries to lose a little bit of weight, et cetera, et cetera. And I just decided around the holidays I wasn't going to be concerned about what I ate. If I wanted to eat it, I would. So I suppose I have a bit of holiday eating to get rid of. But
Like all
otherwise,
girls do that. I think that's a
yeah,
girl thing right there.
it is just too hard. Everywhere you go, there are sweets and cakes, and that's my thing. It isn't so much about like the ham and the turkey and all of that, as just there are certain things you can only eat at Christmas time. So to say I'm not going to eat that, well, that's awful. So, but other than that, I think, oh, that's right. I've resolved to be better at staying in touch with people. I'm really horrible about it. And now I have friends because we lived abroad, like in other parts of the world, and I really don't want to lose touch with them. And I feel that maybe I already have started to do so. We've been home since the summer. So I resolved this year to be much better about keeping in touch with people abroad and at home and family. And it's just a good thing to do. Like, I want to be that person that writes random cards and puts things in the mail to people just because, but I'm not. So I'd like to work on that this year.
But I think that's really thoughtful. I mean, some of the most important like gifts I've gotten from fans have been like written letters or even staff when they send me holiday cards.
Yeah, and this Christmas I was terrible. We didn't do cards, we didn't do anything, and every time I would get a card from someone else, I would be so happy to have it, and then I'd feel really guilty. Oh, I didn't do anything. Maybe I'll do a New Year's card, and here it is, January 4th. Nope, didn't do New Year's cards either. So yeah, I'll work on that.
Well, at least you're better than the other co-owner of the site. His name's Zach, and he was like, "What's the like time I can start like throwing away my Christmas cards?" And he said this on January 1st, and I'm like, "Dude, like, because I put all my cards in like a basket, and then I just shove them on my bookcase because now I have them for memories. But I guess for guys it's different."
Yeah, I suppose now you can't keep them all forever. You'd become this crazy pack rat with just boxes and boxes of cards. But I don't know. Again, it's a girly thing. Maybe you can save them. There's a lot of art projects you can do with them and turn them into decorations for the next year. But at least, I'd say keep them, pack them away with all of your Christmas decor. And then when you unpack that stuff to decorate next year, you can remember, oh, look at this, and then you can throw them away if you need to. And
Yeah,
no,
that's
no
a good
reason,
idea.
yeah, no reason for unnecessary clutter.
That's
You just
true.
ask, hey, Jackie, can I throw away your Christmas card now?
Well, luckily I didn't send him a Christmas card. I sent him like action figures. So if he burns those or throws those away, I'm gonna be pretty upset.
Funny.
But I was wondering if we could take a fantastic journey into the past and ask how you got into voiceover.
I don't know. Is a TARDIS involved? Is Doctor Who coming along?
Well, sadly, I don't have a phone booth in my room. It's a little bit small for that, but I do have
Perhaps.
the DeLorean outside.
Oh, that'll work. That's cool.
Yeah,
All right,
that'll
let's
work.
do it. A
So,
journey through time.
doodly doodly doo. So, how did you get into voice acting?
Oh, sorry, there was a question in there. I somehow missed it. How did I get into voice acting? Well, I was studying theater in college and I was about to graduate. I had like a semester left. And a friend of mine who is still an engineer at Funimation, currently he's like in charge of all the engineers, had just recently been hired at the company. I don't know, within the last like year or 6 months. And this was January 2004. And he knew that I liked anime, and he's like, "Why don't you come to the studio and I'll give you a tour? I can't promise you a job or anything. I don't know anything about that, but I can at least show you around." And since I was a fan, I thought, well, that would be awesome just for fun. Like, who cares about the job part? So I went, and got the tour of the studio, which was great. And then at one point we went into a booth. Well, I say studio, it's more like the building. And then within the building, there are studios, multiple studios. And at this time, Funimation was located in a bank building. And we had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, maybe 5 at the most, but I think just 4 studios within the building running. So we go into one of them. And Eric Vale is there, and he's working on Yu Yu Hakusho, but there are no actors. It's just Eric and, and the engineer. And so we get to chat, and he doesn't really seem to care, like, oh, it's another person on a tour, big whoop. But he asks, who are you? What do you do? And when I said that I was a theater student, he kind of sat up and grabbed a script and started flipping through the pages. And then he said, okay, hey, go get in the booth and say this line. And I was like, what? So I go in there trying to act all cool, like this is no big deal, like I'm totally professional, I can handle this. And it's just one sentence. And there is some video that I watch, but I don't have to match any animation at all. It's literally voiceover. Like, so the line is, ugly creep, how about I mace you? And to this day, because it's anime, I still don't know if it's like mace pepper spray or mace, big metal ball on a stick. I have to do it to some ugly creep. So that's all I had to say. Ugly creep, you ugly creep, how about I mace you? And I think I said it once or twice, and they actually recorded it. And then I came out of the booth, and Eric's like, that was great. Why don't you give your information to Tara down the hall, and you can work here? And I said, what? Yeah, it's fine. And I kept trying to give him my headshot and stuff. He's like, I don't care. I don't need your resume, whatever. Just give her your phone number and that's great. I said, all right. So that was that. And I did that. I gave her my information. And I think 3 or 4 days later, I was in the studio working on Case Closed, on the very first episode of Case Closed. So, yeah.
Well, that is one way to do it.
That's one way to do it. Now, I don't recommend that way because you never know. It's hard enough to get a tour and then to just randomly end up auditioning while on said tour could be quite difficult. But after that, it was pretty slow going. Just so working on Case Closed, that's an episodic show, and I wasn't one of the lead characters. So I would come in periodically, like maybe once a month, twice a month, to do little bit parts, girl in the background or Walla, like the crowd scenes. And somewhere in that time, I got to audition for a show called Spiral. And it wasn't until the summer of 2004 that I found out that I was cast in it. Hooray! And I played the lead, Hiono. And shortly after that would just come auditions for other things. So, you can only work as often as you're cast. It's not like becoming an employee of a company and you constantly have a job. It's every time there's a new show, you get to audition if you're asked to. Sometimes you're not, for whatever reason. And so there you have it. So Hiono, and then Winry, and then I think maybe Triella and Gunslinger Girl, and like Takane and Burst Angel, and then I lost track after that. But that's how it happened. Chris Bevins always jokes that I came to the studio on a tour, and like 8 years later, I just haven't left.
Well, then maybe you just sleep in the basement, or no, I'm kidding.
Well, the joke worked better before I moved to Spain. But even when I was living in Spain, I still had work to do at Funimation, and I would come home for conventions every few months and do the con and swing by Texas and record some stuff. But that was only work that was old, nothing new. It was all old things, roles that I already had. Finishing that, what is that show? Full Metal Alchemist.
That one show that the kids, the young whippersnappers like.
Right, but I didn't get to audition for new things. It was just too hard. I mean, I lived across the Atlantic Ocean, so. Mm-hmm.
Well, one feature of your voice that I personally notice is that you can do a deep voice. And anime a lot of the times asks for uber high voices up here. Like I'm not a voice actor, so yeah, I can't do it. But do you think that's helped your career?
I'd say that lately it has. When I was I would say younger, like I was 10 or something, but when I was still in college and still new at everything, my voice was I don't know, younger. I mean, my voice was 8 years younger. So I played I guess, younger characters, but still never the teeny weeny little girl itty bitties. I never got to be an itty bitty. My voice isn't that high. But I think definitely after, again, what's that show? Oran High School Host Club. Wow, I'm having a spacey day. After Oran, I think people got to hear that I did have more range, as far as I could make my voice deeper. So that was nice. And that's kind of how it works in this industry. You get, I've found anyway, that you start out doing one thing and you're the new voice, and everybody hears, oh, so and so is good for this type of role, fill in the blank. So then you're constantly auditioning and being cast as, the girl next door or the crazy friend. And that's what you do for, quite a few shows or maybe a few years. And then randomly, somehow you'll get cast doing something else, either because you just go into an audition and show them, look what I can do. That's different. Someone takes a chance on you. And then other directors go, oh, they can do that too. Okay. And then you'll start getting cast as only that kind of thing. So once I did Haruhi, I started doing other roles that sounded similar to her. And since then, I'd say that I'm just asked more often in auditions to kind of do everything instead of just read for that one type of part. And lately, I have been getting deeper voiced roles. I still wouldn't put myself in the category of like this sultry, sort of temptress, sexy voice, but I can do, I guess, the more commanding, maybe lower voices. I'd like to think. I don't know. Ask the other directors, see what they say. Maybe they're like, nah, she's terrible. But
so. Well, for me as a female, I think it's really hard to lower your voice. Like I don't know a lot of girls that can just do that on command. So I would just think that would help you in most aspects.
Yeah, it's great. It's great to have some versatility, especially when if you happen to play a character, and this occasionally happens in anime, that you get to watch them as they grow, or there are a lot of flashbacks. So the main part of the show, they're 18 or 20, but it goes back in time to when they're 12 and when they're whatever. If you can jump around and pitch with your voice physically, and they don't have to do it digitally on the computer, then that's definitely an asset.
Well, anime is very theatrical, so I'm sure that the over emotion, and I don't want to say the cheesiness necessarily, but that must be fun.
Yeah. Oh, definitely. It's I don't know, most actors I know are fairly dramatic people in life anyway, and we hang out with each other, so there's really no fear of just being dramatic in life too. But there are times where you can't really act the way you want to act or react. So getting into the booth and getting to be really extreme is a lot of fun, definitely.
And now my producer threatened me with a knife to the throat for mentioning a certain character. That's why I'm stuttering so much. He's got the knife to my throat right now. But he wanted me to ask about a particular character from Baccano that is actually very over emotional.
Oh yeah, for sure. Miria in Baccano is extreme, and she's awesome. She is one of my favorites. She's definitely in like my top 5 roles that I just absolutely love. And oh man, I wish I could go back and do that show. I could do that show every day and never get sick of it. I had so much fun and I laughed so much. Just the combination of Isaac with Miria was, man, they're something else. I love it. And the fans are really getting into Baccano too. It's funny. It's kind of had I don't know, maybe when it first came out, people didn't know what it was or what to think of it. Maybe now that you can get it in a box set or something, or watch it on Netflix, whatever. But lately at the conventions I go to, they're just Miria and Isaac fans coming out of the woodwork. So she was hilarious and a lot of fun. And it's funny that you just mentioned using a lower voice. Miria's voice is so high, and I was always being told, higher. Can you do it higher? No, higher. I'm like, really? I don't want to annoy people, but hopefully she didn't annoy too much.
Well, if fans are saying how much they love it, then I doubt that you annoyed a lot of people.
That's true. But I hope no one went, oh my gosh, and just like turned it off. But she's that high in the Japanese as well, so I'm just following Japan's lead.
Well, I think that with that show, because you mentioned how fans didn't really catch on to it immediately, is because the show starts out kind of with a backwards plot. Like you kind of don't know what's going on.
It's a little confusing. I like shows like that because it keeps you watching. You have to keep watching it to try and figure it out. And most anime fans, they can't go, well, I don't know what this means, so I'm not going to watch it. No, they're the type that they want to solve the puzzle. They're like, what does this mean? And they'll keep watching it and go, oh, now I get it. So, yeah.
Yeah, so I think word of mouth helped with that for some people who didn't check out the entire thing.
Right.
So that's my theory, at least.
Yeah, good theory, good theory.
And for everybody out there, we're going to take a short break on here on 91.8 The Fan. That's what you're listening to, just in case you forgot. And my guest isn't going to go anywhere. Don't worry,
Nope.
She's already been tied to her chair.
I'm
kidding.
Totally.
So keep it tuned to 91.8 The Fan. Everything you want and nothing you don't.
Wow, this is my kind of job. Can't beat that. They're all sleeping.
Sleeping? What are you talking about, Serena?
See for yourself.
It's the Negaverse. Watch out! Behind you!
Tired of listening to radio stations that are run by the Negaverse? Don't fret, 91.8 The Fan guarantees that we're 100% Negaverse free. With our magical girl seal of approval, we promise to ward off demons, villains, tentacle monsters, energy zappers, pure heart smugglers, dream mirror removers, and starseed stealers.
Not a good aim, are ya?
Hey everybody out there, you're tuned in to 91.8 The Fan. You're in my corner and my special guest has been tied to the corner so she can't escape. Nope, she's still here. She's still alive. We're not going to harm her, don't worry. Hey, stop flaming us. What are you doing? But obviously, the fans out there want to know what you're working on now. Are things that you have worked on that you can talk about? Is there any projects that you can pimp out to us?
Are there any projects I can pimp out? No. I'm very grateful that since I've been home, I've had the opportunity to work on a few new things, but none of those things can be mentioned yet. Oh, but I'm
NDAs.
I'm very excited about them. I can say that at least. No, I think the only thing of interest that I can talk about, it was announced quite a while ago, and I think it will be released in the spring, so that's not too far away, is Black Butler Season 2, and I play Hannah, and that's exciting. But other than that, nothing I can really talk about. It's been a little bit slow going. But yes and no. I mean, here I just said, I had all this work, but I can't talk about it, so...
Well, most anime announcements are usually, in the summertime anyway, so I understand.
Yeah.
And now for fans out there that want to keep updated to what you're doing, because, you can't talk about it here, but you can talk about it when, they finally release the news. Are there any websites that you update periodically?
Usually just my Facebook page, and I have two. So if you try to be friend me as just Caitlin Glass, don't be offended, but I'll probably say no, because I keep it really limited just to family and friends and work folks. But then I have another one that is Caitlin Glass Voice Actor. And that's the fan page where you can come and I interact with folks and put stuff up, convention pictures and announcements and random things. And I try to be on there as often as I can. Sometimes I just completely forget that I even have Facebook at all and go, oh yeah, Facebook. But I've been pretty active in it just today. So yeah, come check it out. Caitlin Glass Voice Actor.
And now for those really brave fans out there that want to stalk you in real life in a safe way, are there any conventions that you have coming up this year?
I do. I have a few lined up, but only one that I know I can mention because, just like companies, conventions like to keep their guests' announcements to themselves until certain times. But I am most certainly going to be at Anime Boston. Hooray! And
we were actually talking during the break about that. You said you've never been to that area.
Never been to that area, never been to that convention. I'm really excited. So please come out and see me. I will be more than thrilled to see you. And I expect to have a fantastic weekend. And that's in April.
April. So make sure to look out for that, and hopefully we'll hear about your other announcements on your Facebook page.
Yeah, of course.
Awesome. And now, since we're nearing the end of this interview, I was wondering if you'd be willing to participate in a 91.8 The Fan tradition.
Oh boy. Okay.
She's like, I'm scared now. I don't really want to do the.
I hate to break the tradition, so let's do it.
Basically, we ask anyone who comes onto the show if they'd be willing to do a radio bump for us.
Oh, okay.
The trick of it is, however, is that we do the takes live on air.
Uh-huh. Yep. That's the trick. Okay.
So basically, we ask if you'd be willing to say, hello, my name is, you insert your name, I do this. You can say characters, you can say directing or voice acting, whatever you want to put there. That's your creative spot,
Okay.
I guess. Let's call it that. And you're tuned into 91.8 The Fan.
I'm writing all of this down.
The hardest part are the numbers.
91.8 The Fan.
Fan.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, I'm going to do it. I'm just trying to think. Like, what do I want to say that I do? What kind of voice do I want to do? And now I'm hoping that people aren't about to come into the house right now, which I think that they are. Oh, no.
Well, we can always try.
Hold on a second.
Stalling time. All right.
Yeah, okay, so let me make sure I have it right. It says, hello, my name is, and then I say I do blah, 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 or I am the voice of such and such, and you're tuned into 91.8 The Fan, right?
That is it. You got it all written down.
Okay. So tell me then, what do most other people do? Do they do cool things? Or do they do voices? Do I have to do that if I want to also be cool?
We've had a few voices here or there, but if it's a strain on your voice, no pressure.
Okay. No, it's not. It's not. I just, can we save it? Do you have another question or anything for me?
Well, yeah. How about what are you doing with your family today? Where'd they come from? Do they want to join the interview?
Grandpa's been outside doing grandpa things in the garage. I don't really know what that means. I don't think he knows either. And see my dog, he's outside. He's been, sleeping. That's about it. That's all.
What kind of dog do you have?
I have a French bulldog named Torito, who is a Spanish French bulldog because we bought him in Spain while we lived there. And brought him all the way back here with us so he could slobber on people and fart a lot.
Wonderful. Well, I kind of know how you feel because we're taking care of my Nana's Shih Tzu right now, and it's mostly my mom's dog, but she's like 11 years old and she snores. She snores.
Torito, yeah, he's that's what French bulldogs are known for: snoring and farting, and he does a lot of both. So, but
I think those dogs would get along just fine.
Yeah, I love him. He's a good boy. Let me see. Okay, so how many bumpers do you want? Do you want me to do multiple ones?
Oh, you can just do one.
Oh, okay. Well, I don't mind doing multiple ones because I feel like it's a cop-out if I just do one as Caitlin. But
well, how about we do one on air and then we can do the others off air?
Okay, I like it.
All right, so whenever you're ready.
Okay. Hello, my name is Caitlin Glass. I am a voice actress and one-time... I'm going to start over. I realized that I wanted to say I was a director, but I don't direct anymore. So I just have to say that I'm a voice actress. Okay, starting over. You ready?
Yes.
Okay. Hello, my name is Caitlin Glass, and I'm a voice actress with Funimation Entertainment, and you're tuned in to 91.8 The Fan.
Perfect. No problemo there.
Yay!
And now, is there anything else you'd like to tell the listeners out there?
Well, I love you, listeners. You're fabulous. Seriously, though, we thank the fans a lot, but I don't want them to ever think that that's just lip service. Like, we wouldn't really have a job if it weren't for fans who watch and buy the anime so that we can keep making it. It's really been a wonderful career for me for the last 8 years, something that I never thought I would be doing, and it's really changed my life. And thank you very much, fans. I love you.
And they love you too. I can tell because the live chat is saying very... actually, they are saying I love you too. Thanks. Thanks, and I love you too, are some of the messages that are being said. And thank you very much for this interview. This was a lot of fun today.
You're welcome. So there's a live chat. Do they have any questions?
I have to read here. I'm very bad at reading and talking at the same time, but let's see.
Okay.
I have comments that say, I'd say Baccano is my second favorite series.
Hey.
Let's see. Now I want to hear the other bumps. Which we will have those if we do the other bumps. We will have those on air. Don't fret. And then Baccano is on my list to watch. Take a break so we can record for Fanatics. Oh, they want to know some of the extra stuff that we talked about behind the scenes, which actually was amazingly entertaining. We talked about Summer Wars, for those of you curious.
That's pretty much it. I can do the other bump right now. I'll do it right now. Are you ready?
Yeah, we're totally ready.
Okay. Hey, I'm Haruhi Fujioka, and I'm not a hero. I'm an honor student. You're tuned in to 91.8 The Fan.
Very nice. And now we're on a 30-second delay, so I'm trying to see if anybody goes crazy. Oh, there's some hearts and some smiley faces. Beautiful. Crying eyes. All right.
Crying eyes. Oh, no.
Well, I think it was in conjunction with beautiful, so I think it was so beautiful it moved them to tears.
Oh, okay. Hey.
But thank you once again for this, and we're going to get off air here on 91.8 The Fan. But for anybody that missed any of the interview, you can find it on our website in the next few days. So keep it tuned to your favorite station. Everything you want and nothing you don't.